What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So Pixel 7 Pro, I've been using it since its release in October of 2022, about 9 months later, and I want to answer the question, should you buy the Pixel 7 Pro or wait for the Pixel 8 Pro? So without further delay, let's dive right in. So to answer the question, there are a couple things that I personally want to share with you guys about my experience of the Pixel 7 Pro. Spoiler alert, this phone is phenomenal. It's a great all-around device. Pixel has been doing really well since the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, and the 7 Pro has made some refinements according to the Pixel 6 Pro, and it's been very good in my use. So design, we have a fairly similar design, and rumors indicate Pixel 8 Pro is gonna also share the very similar design with this camera visor. So when you see this type of phone, you know that you're going to be rocking a Pixel device. But overall, it feels very premium and solid in the hand. No headphone jack or no SD card slot, but that's given with a lot of phones nowadays. I like this camera visor, but I wish it had a dual tone finish like the Pixel 6 Pro had. Maybe they might bring that back. Who knows? I do have a couple scratches on the camera visor, but unfortunately, I did end up dropping the phone, so that was a huge bummer. Other than that, it feels very, very premium in the hand, and it just feels good. Like when you're using it, you want to have a good experience using the computer that you carry in your pocket. And that brings me to display, which is part of the design. Love it. It's slightly curved, so I hope they go flat. That's one of like the little things I can nitpick about is the display. It's great for watching content, playing games like Call of Duty, my personal favorite mobile games, but it's not a fully flat display. And yes, I don't really get too many accidental touches, and having a slightly curved display gives the phone a more premium feel, but overall, I just hope they go with a fully flat display. And this is the same for phones like the S23 Ultra. Very slightly curved, but it's still curved. I personally prefer a flat display and have very thin bezels all around. Nonetheless, this phone does have fairly thin bezels. Maybe it might be able to go a little bit thinner on the top and bottom, but on the sides, fairly thin. I like how they have the hole punch camera in the center. Some devices still want to go with the left corner. Just like, why don't you center the camera in the middle? You know, it's just something, again, I'm nitpicking, but otherwise, overall usage of display, because I think display is one of the most important parts of a device, and you can't go wrong with this. It's 120 hertz, gets very bright outdoors. So it's my approval. I like using it. And that's going to lead me into software. Now I'm rocking Android 14 beta, and that's actually one of the new features of Android 14 beta, the lock screen. You are able to change the lock screen, and overall with the beta itself, it's been good. I haven't come across any bugs. It's been actually less bugs than iOS 17 beta. Now, out of the box, this did come with Android 13 and 3 years of software updates. I hope Google Pixel does push out 4 years of Android software updates, because we're holding on to our phones longer than ever before, and each device is just an iterative upgrade nowadays. Like, we're not getting huge substantial differences from the predecessors before. So I hope, because we're holding our phones on to much longer, that we get 4 years of Android software updates. Google Tensor has been working very well. Google Tensor G2, the second gen, has been working pretty well with Android 13 and this Android 14 beta. I can't wait until the final build does come out. I absolutely love Face Unlock. The fingerprint sensor it's decent. Like, it's definitely an improvement over Pixel 6 Pro, but I don't believe it's an ultrasonic. It's still optical, which means like when it shines a light and it unlocks it that way. But I hope they do integrate some sort of like ultrasonic. Nonetheless, overall experience has been good. It doesn't run any extra skins on top. This is quote unquote stock Android, but for Pixel, if you know what I mean. They have their own Pixel UI features. So there it is. Like software, you can't go wrong. I just hope that they bring extra software support starting with Pixel 8 Pro. And that device will be shipping with Android 14 out of the box. So do keep that in mind. If you pick up 7 Pro, it's coming out with Android 13 and you'll get Android 14, 15, and 16. Whereas 8 Pro out of the box, 14, and you're getting 3 years, 15, 16, 17. So it's just going to be lasting you an extra year. Now let's head over to camera. All right, I'm not talking any specs about here. We got 3 camera lenses. We got the wide, ultra wide, and telephoto. Numbers for me don't really matter, but they are awesome. The photos that you can take on Pixel, the quality is just great as you're seeing on screen. It's a phone that's, for me, I can rely on point and shoot. That's all I need. I'm not too nitpicky about going into like RAW mode or all of that stuff. For me, it's just point and shoot. If I can get a good photo that looks very crisp, which Pixel 7 Pro does do, I'm all set. And I can say this for every other Pixel device beforehand too. You can rely on the Pixel camera quality, and video has definitely gotten better compared to its predecessors as well. So there, no specs, no numbers, nothing like that. It's good to recommend, especially. And there are times where I am lucky enough to have other devices that I use, but I am also lucky enough to carry this just if I want to take photos with this device, because I know it's going to, personally, for me, I like the photos on here better, so it's going to take those photos and I'll be happy with the results. And I also want to talk about battery life before we move on to pricing and my final thoughts about should you wait for Pixel 8 Pro or buy this. Battery life, it's decent, it's good. It's not the greatest, but it's also not the worst. So on a given day, like I'll start my day at 7 a.m. and I'll end up going to bed at like 11. But by the time it's like 8:30, 9 p.m., I do have to put this on charge. And granted, like I'm not on the phone for 12 hours of screen on time, but throughout the day, it does seep through. Especially if you're not on Wi-Fi and you're using your mobile network, it's going to seep through battery much quicker. But overall, like I've been getting around 5 hours, averaging around 5 hours of screen on time, which for me, like a heavy user, and what do I mean by heavy user? Like I'm using my phone consistently for watching videos, consistently for calling and texting. It's not like here and there I'm picking it up because, since this is what I do, most of the time I am using my device. And it just seeps through the battery. If you barely use your phone, you're gonna put this in your pocket or on your desk and you don't take a look at your phone all day, this will last you well into the next morning. But a heavy user like myself, you just gotta be prepared to charge it. Now it does have wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, and it's regular wired charging. It's not the fastest. I'll tell you that, it's not the fastest, especially if you've ever used devices like OnePlus devices, like 60 watts, 80 watts, even 100 watts, and you've been spoiled by their fast charging. And when you come back to this, it's just like, wow, this really does take a long time to charge. So you don't want to be spoiled if you're coming to this device. I'm just telling you right off the bat, charging speeds are just not the fastest. But other than that, like battery life itself, it'll hold up, especially if you're not a heavy user. One last thing is going to be the price of this device. $899 for base, 12 gigs of RAM, 120 gigs of storage, and it goes up $999 for 256 gigs and $1099 for 512 gigs, still with 12 gigs of RAM. Now I recently, at the time of this recording, the price went back up, but I recently saw this for $649. $649 base price. That is a steal. If you can find that price right now, or maybe in a couple months when you watch this video, I would definitely recommend picking this up for $649. And if this price is still available even before Pixel 8 Pro comes out, I would say go ahead, don't wait for Pixel 8 Pro, pick up Pixel 7 Pro especially for $650. So should you buy it or should you wait? Well, here's the thing. Price, especially if the price goes down, don't wait. Don't hesitate. buy Pixel 7 Pro. It's not going to let you down. But if you want to see those refinements, and those refinements, whether that be in the battery department, like faster charging, or in slightly different refinements in design or display, whatever it may be, maybe they go a full flat display. That's a deal breaker for you. You don't want a curve, you want flat. I'd say wait for Pixel 8 Pro, because what's going to happen is once Pixel 8 Pro comes out, Google is probably going to drop the prices on this. I don't know if they're going to continue selling the 7 and 7 Pro, but you'll definitely find Pixel 7 Pro for a much cheaper price. But if you need one right now, then there's no need to wait. Pixel 7 Pro is a great device. And sometimes I look at this device and I say, if I wasn't reviewing tech, if I wasn't checking out the latest products, this would be the phone in my pocket for sure, hands down. But since, you know, I get to review all the latest tech and I get to try them out, it really does become difficult to personally use one. But I love the Pixel lineup, absolutely love it. I've always had my eyes on it since its original Pixel 6, or Pixel, why did I say Pixel 6? The original Pixel, which came out in 2016. So good job, Google, good job, Pixel. Keep it up. Whatever you're doing there, keep it going. And I hope you guys come out with a Pixel Watch 2 and also more Pixel upgrades. But that's really been it. If you did enjoy, be sure to zoom around the like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel a lot. Will help push my content out to more people. And also be sure to check out my store, MTG. You'll be able to find it on my YouTube channel, my YouTube page, and also be sure to check out my latest wallpaper pack. It's called Jello. I'll be leaving a link in the description down below for that as well. Of course, all of this means your support. It does mean a lot for the channel. It makes videos like this possible. A lot of the great things are coming in the next couple months for the channel, changing things up, getting a new place. So we've got a lot of changes coming for the channel, so be sure to subscribe. And maybe the formats of the video. I'm working on a couple of things and trying to see which ones work out and which ones I personally prefer. But if you have any preferences of which direction, what types of things you'd like to see on this channel, let me know in the comments down below. That's been it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.